The Friday Night Football Frenzy is brought to you by Nichols College. Learn, lead, succeed. The Friday Night Football Frenzy is presented by Bay State Savings Bank, the law offices of Joseph J. Carigula, Worcester State University, and Unibank.
Coming up this week on the Friday Night Football Frenzy, the march to Gillette begins as the Shepherd Hill Rams visit the Shrewsbury Colonials. St. John's looks to continue its Central Mass dominance as the Pioneers face Doherty. Auburn goes on the road to battle the Oakmont Spartans. And Marlborough travels to Grafton to square off against the Indians. It's playoff time. Here we go. The frenzy begins right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Frenzy, the playoff edition. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe. 70s do still intact here.
Yeah,
it is the week
it.
of Halloween. The only thing I'm missing is a mustache, a cigarette, and a plaid sports coat for the 1970s look.
You look sharp, though, and it is playoff time.
It's
Playoffs.
throwback time.
Playoffs are in the air. I mean, there's some big games today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that might surprise you when you see the score there underneath on the little scroll. But, it starts with St. John's and Doherty, the one everybody was talking about, and the one that not many people gave the city guys a chance in.
No, they didn't. And you have the great storylines in this game. You have cousins playing against each other. There's Isaac, the item, the former Doherty standout, now BC star. He's taken in the Doherty St. John's game. First quarter scoreless game. Steve Bachalia on the option. The keeper, dragging tacklers into the end zone. He used to be a ball boy for Doherty. His dad, longtime coach at Doherty, 6-0 St. John's. Doherty answering, Tejan Vassar. Look at Vassar go. Great cut. He's off to the races. You won't catch him. Great speed. 7-6. Doherty Highlanders in front.
I remember Isaac racing you and just
blowing the doors off.
I think Tejan do the same thing.
Bachalia hitting Jay Brunel. Brunel's cousin plays for Doherty, his first cousin. Brunel takes it down to the 7-yard line. Bachalia from there on the QB sneak. He's in for the touchdown. It's 12-7 St. John's. Highlanders, Noah Calorie slings it out to John Forson. Forson slips the tackle up. We cut it. He went 45 yards to the end zone.
He slipped
Sorry,
a lot.
John. That was a phenomenal play. Then, Doherty lost their cornerback, starting cornerback, for one play. Bachalia goes right at the replacement, Coleman Drugach. Great grab to the 4-yard line. Colin Deso riding the wave of the O-line. He's in for the touchdown, 18-14. St. John's up 4. Second quarter, Bachalia firing a dart to Mark Cheffers. Cheffers, with a great run after the catch, takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal. Bachalia powering into the end zone, 24-14, St. John's in front. Doherty answering. Charlie Payson with a great kick-out block. He would actually pancake his man. Herman Achimpong busting through the hole, takes it down to the 2-yard line. Power football. Vassar gets a great surge from the line. He gets into the end zone. It's 24-21. It's a 3-point game. Late in the half. Doherty defense coming up big. Michael Shaler deflects it. Payson picks it off. So it was 24-21. St. John's at the half. Opening drive of the second half. Doherty takes 7.5 minutes off the clock. 4th down at the St. John's 16-yard line. Liam Doran breaks it up. St. John's takes over. 4th quarter. 4th down for St. John's. Throw the end zone. Incomplete. But the Pioneers hold on defense, and they win 32-21 in a great football game.
Oh, wow. Who do they play? Shepherd Hill and Shrewsbury, and the other one in Division 3. First quarter was scoreless, and the Hill defense merciless on the road. But we're talking field goals. Heinrich DeBoni drills it 3-0. Shrewsbury. Drew Campanelli then. Toss out to Cam Schaefer. Schaefer barrels his way in for a touchdown. 10-0 rather, the Colonials. The Lindstrom boys are there. They're massive. The BC kids had the week off, and they were all out in CMass. You'll love to see it. Seconds remaining. Campanelli connecting with Jonathan White. White runs out to the 12-yard line, sets up another 30-yarder here, and this one is true. Special teams getting it done. 13-0 Colonials. 3rd quarter, Cody Adams for Shepherd Hill. Gets out to the sidelines, and he's off. For a little while anyway, then he's knocked out of bounds. Shepherd Hill then on the reverse. They go to Nathaniel Cooper, the super soft. is going to find his way in. 13-7 at that point. It's James McGuigan. We're going to see him tomorrow at the Nichols game. He's also a alum of Shepherd Hill. Campanelli then, handing off to White. Breaking a few tackles. White knows where the pylon is. And he gets himself in again. Yes, he did. He goes in 20-7. Campanelli, the sneak. 27-7 Colonials. Fourth quarter, Brennan Wilson stayed. Campanelli to White. He goes in 33-7 Shrewsbury, advancing in the playoffs. D4 now, Marlborough and Grafton in the semis. Both teams won the Central Mass Championship in their respective divisions a year ago. Second quarter. Lay out the punishment, Devin Ron.
Wow.
Breaking free. First and goal for the Panthers in a scoreless game. Sets up Kevin Short. And Short untouched behind a great offensive line tonight. Performance, 9-yard touchdown, 7-0 Marlborough. Panthers looking for more. Halfback pass here late in the first half. Would be intercepted by Matthew Holbrook, who had a big game for Grafton on both sides of the ball. Takes it back, but we go to the half. 7-0 Marlborough. Third quarter. It is Ron on the option pitch, and he gets himself into the land of 6. 13-0 Panthers. TJ Rake's defense on lockdown. Trevor Nutt with a big sack here. That would force a Grafton punt. And the Panthers capitalized. That offensive line was awesome. Ron again going in. 20-0 Marlborough. You're thinking this one is all over. Fourth quarter, here comes Grafton. Holbrook hitting Brady Fontana. Look at Fontana go down the sideline. He's got a first down and more. Fontana caps the drive with a touchdown. It's 20-7 midway through the fourth quarter. All right. Grafton gets a stop, and the ferocious comeback continuing. Holbrook finding time. Fire to the back of the end zone, hits Ryan Jack. It's 20-13. Great catch by Jack. 2 minutes left in the game. Marlborough recovers the onside kick and is able to run it out in a great one. 20-13. Marlborough, the winner.
That's big. So who are they going to play under a full moon? Tom Petty, full moon fever. 13-12. Westboro over Neshoba at the half. Third quarter, Neshoba in Westboro territory. Sam Belinsky to the end zone to breeze the Thrill Hill for the touchdown, and the Chieftains take the lead. Neshoba going for two. Belinsky rolling. Finds Robert Ryan, who trots in. Neshoba's up 20-13. More from the Chieftains. Belinsky hitting Hill over the middle, and the Thrill being a beast. Stretching, breaks the plane. 27-13, Neshoba in front. Fourth quarter now. Westboro looking to respond. Jacob Clancy converting on fourth down for the Rangers. A few plays later, Westboro airing it out again to the end zone. But this time it is the Hill doing double duty as a defensive back. He picks it off, keeps his feet in bounds, puts the nail in the coffin. The Chieftains of Neshoba win 27-13.
Auburn visiting Oakmont. Mr. Bonsi is running the ship up there, and so you know we're in good hands. First quarter, Auburn's Jack LaPearl. LaPearl battling off tacklers. Finally brought down after a big run down the 48-yard line. Next play, here come the Rockets. Colson Hammond's back, healthy second week in a row. The quarterback option, keeping it. Hammond sheds one. 52 yards for the touchdown. Auburn with an early score and an early lead. Channeling Chris Moriarty, Auburn lost a couple games in the middle of the year, and everybody thought the Rockets were dead. Alexander Rondon, the big stick defensively. Auburn gets the win late. 21-20, advancing to the D5 final.
All right, we got Littleton and Millbury. How do you do? First quarter, Anthony Greenwich to Matthew LaRue, just short of the goal line. Later in the drive, Greenwich on the touchdown run, the keeper. Boy, that turf looks fantastic. So that one took almost 10 minutes, that drive. Second quarter, Will Scott firing Millbury's William Flynn, picking it off. The Woolies living right. Maybe pulling off an upset. No. After Millbury punt, Brad Clark, 84 yards on the touchdown run. and we're tied up at 6.
You can set your watch by that guy right there.
Ooh, that's a bad pun.
No?
Tied at 6 at the half. Littleton controls the second half. They win it 26-6.
All right, there's Dane and the boys. Bartlett at St. Bernard's D8 semifinals. Bartlett's up 22-12 at the half. Everybody in Webster's going berserk. They're loving it. Opening kick, second half. Walter Morales Jr. gets to the outside for the Bernardians, and there he goes. Touchdown saving tackle down to the 15-yard line. St. Bernard's would cash in. Morales, again, would rumble in for a touchdown. May have upcut that one a little bit. He's still fired up.
All right, here we go. How you doing? Let's get a good celebration in there.
Enjoying it. There's Morales. Looks like he gets stopped up there. Logan Peranto, good defense for Bartlett.
Sacked up under.
3rd and long. Bartlett, Romeo Soto getting to the outside. I think we're back on message now. Soto with a bunch more yards. Into St. Bernard's territory. Indians adding some insurance. Big Brett LeBeau had a big game. 100 yards, touchdowns.
Crank up the diesel.
You know, get that guy something at the PAV club. 36-20. Pierogies for everybody. Bartlett wins.
Neshoba Tech and Lunenburg. First quarter, Lunenburg's Chris Kostic finding Cameron McKenzie over the middle. McKenzie sheds a tackle and takes it 64 yards to the house. Lunenburg's up 7-0. Neshoba Tech looking to pass, but Alex Stillman, the strip sack. Riley Jem recovers, and Lunenburg takes over. However, the Blue Knights couldn't take advantage. Neshoba Tech's Adam Blovin going up the gut and into Lunenburg territory. The big fella's going. Later in the drive, it is Stillman again, getting to the quarterback and getting yet another sack. But Neshoba Tech would respond. Vinny Aramo fighting through the pack. Finds the end zone to knot things up at 7. Neshoba Tech wins 29-21. The Vikings will play Bartlett in the Central Mass Finals. Well, that St. John's Doherty game was a game for the ages. Phenomenal game. We had 5 touchdowns in the first quarter. It was a 3-point game at the half, and St. John's held Doherty right at the end of the half. Doherty had it down to the St. John's 22-yard line. They got held at the half. They take the ball the second half. 7.5 minutes off the clock, get stopped. That was the key play in the second half. St. John's stopped them deep in their own territory after that 7.5-minute drive, but it was an awesome football game.
Hey, you know what? Marlborough's offensive line was awesome. I mean, they took control of the middle part of this game and really opened up holes for the quarterback short and for the running back round, and the defense doing a job as well. A lot of heart in that Grafton team battling back, and it was great to see the alums, the D1 guys,
I know,
out on the sidelines tonight.
All those BC guys supporting their alma maters. How about Westboro, too? Great capper for their season. They're going to be disappointed, but they led at the half against a very talented Neshoba team. We're back with more after this.
The Friday Night Football Frenzy is brought to you by the Sullivan Group, the Central Mass Safety Council, Nichols College, Berterra Nissan of Auburn, Interstate Battery, Worcester Railers Hockey Club, Holy Cross Athletics, Milford Federal, and Pucci's Fine Jewelry.
All right, welcome back. We still got some big games. These are the ones that may not have playoff implications, but they're going to mean something to every team. We're going to begin it with Tantascwa and Algonquin, 2 teams looking for a win in this one. Tomahawks, Chris Santana getting to the quarterback quickly and adding a sack to his stats. He's pumped. Colin Eliason then, your quarterback, tasting the rainbow and dropping the dime to Matt Ellis all the way to the bank for 6.
He ate Skittles during the pass?
Apparently.
Wow.
Who says special teams doesn't matter? Not the coaches. John Palomaros blocks the punt and gets his chicken dinner in the end zone.
What?
I don't know what that means. He either likes chicken, he's getting 6.
Do you like chicken tonight?
The Algonquin defense showing up to the party. Ryan Courtright spies the quarterback, gets the interception. After a big defensive play, the offense keeps the train moving. Palomaros around the end gets a great block. Palomaros into the end zone for the touchdown. Algonquin gets the win at home, 28-14.
It's okay, Kev. No one's even listening to you. They're just looking at your hair. This is Leominster and Groton Knoxville. Dogs are taking in the action for this one. 27-0 Leominster in the third. Bradley D-Tights out to Ryan Bernard for a first down. Groton drive with stall. Here comes Leominster. Adam Couch powering in to Groton territory. Just trying to win 2 in a row, trying to right the ship a little bit here. Going forward, Vashawn Dixon.
I like the colors in this. What camera is this? Who shot this?
This is Dave Baldock. The captain's back. And look at Dixon weaving his way in for a touchdown.
The Cyclops?
Leominster's in control. Well. D-Tights airing things out. Sam Battle's going up. High points it is in for a touchdown. 34-yard pass. Leominster gets the win, 33-6.
Coach Gallant would be happy. High point the football. Wachusett honoring the 2017 Little League state champions at the half. Fitchburg and Wachusett, no surprise. Cole Durkin finding a gap and moving the chains for a Mountaineer first down. Durkin's a big dude. Soon after, Gavin Mainzo catching the deep ball on the vertical route. Is that Melky Shabo who's throwing it? Shabo! Tripped up shy of the end zone.
It's not that phantom kicker that we had earlier in the year.
After a bunch of back-and-forth football, Fitchburg breaks the play and Wachusett gets the win 42-19. Jacob Sullivan, Oxford, part of the Naval Junior ROTC, leading the color guard out tonight. Oxford and Uxbridge, I love it. Third quarter, scoreless game. Uxbridge is Scott Kaler on the option. He'll keep it. Kaler with a long run gets stripped at the end, but Uxbridge recovers, so the Spartans are in business. A couple plays later, Kaler scrambling. Kaler finds a seam and finds the end zone. 6-0 Uxbridge. Next Uxbridge possession, it is Kaler again. Kaler spinning his way into the end zone. Tack on the 2-point conversion, 14-0 Spartans. Fourth quarter, Oxford, Samuel Wing, hitting everyone, including the ref. Great run by Wing. Takes it down to the 2-yard line.
Good family genes in Oxford football history, the Wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Next play, Nico Murray. I like the O-Town history.
Yep.
Nico Murray into the end zone, 14-7. O-Town's on the board.
Attorney Patrick Flynn will tell you anything you want to know.
Matt Johnston putting a capper on things. Johnston, great speed. Land of 6. 21-7. Uxbridge wins. Patrick Flynn, great too with all your real estate needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, advertise Flynn, Sutton and Prouty. Here we go. Second quarter, 6-0 Sutton. Prouty's got the ball, 4th and goal. Braden Wood keeping it and battling for yards. You got to love the effort. Knocked out of bounds, shy of the end zone. Here comes Sutton on the other side. Damian Yargo flips it out to Alex Benedict, who's going to pick up some hard-fought yardage. Then it's Michael Simonelli carrying the rock. He's down inside the 40. We're going to take you through this ball control drive. Benedict this time. They're going one side Benedict, one side Simonelli. Benedict picking up more big yardage. Now here comes Simonelli on the option. And he's knocked out of bounds, picking up a couple. One more time for Simonelli. Let's get a highlight. There's a touchdown right there. Sutton gets the win, 33-0.
All right, Dave Buchanan getting the Quabbin team fired up. They're taking on Burncoat. Panthers. Let's see, they're going to run the screen. Seth Talbot, a new name for us.
It's a new one.
Moving and grooving around the Patriots' defense. Talbot taking no time off as he finds a seam and explodes by defenders, disappearing into the end zone in the night. But we know he's in there, and he's got 6. Quabbin keeping the pedal to the metal. 2-point conversion. They've got it. 8-0 Panthers. Burncoat's defense coming up big. Eli Gerardo stripping the ball, and the Patriots recover. Big defense from Burncoat. Ronald Hall taking the handoff. And Ronald Hall running Ram tough. Now, Quabbin's Nate Walsh making the stop. It's a goal line stand for the Panthers defense. Quabbin wins it 34-22.
Abby Kelly, Worcester South at Foley Stadium, Commerce Bank Field to our friends. First quarter, Abby Kelly's up 8-0. Michael Butkus to Christian Pierre. And the big fella's going to rumble. For some good yardage for the Colonels. Colonels still running the football and powering after it. Abby Kelly battling and knocking the ball loose. The Bears are going to recover the fumble. Defense comes up with a big play. On to the second quarter. This is Matt Kerr, the quarterback. Kerr keeping it. And Kerr's got a first down to keep the drive going. Then it's Kerr to Greg Asari. Asari's running it in for a touchdown. 14-0 Abby Kelly going for two. Asari, they call him Marcus Dupree over there at school. 16-0. He's a big-time athlete. More from... Oh, this time it's knocked away by South, and it's fumbled again.
Oh, no.
It was Louis Dava who had it first, and Jordy Reyes recovered for South. But Abby Kelly gets the win, 43-8 your final.
All right, so Quabbin's Seth Talbot, just a sophomore, had 110 yards and a touchdown running for Quabbin. Big win for Quabbin tonight at home, as again, teams just trying to build, and some of those young players getting some experience late here in the season.
A good win for Algonquin tonight over Tantascwa. Algonquin, JP had a 4-touchdown night. Johnny Palomeros doing a nice job there for the T-Hawks, and Coach Allen's bunch getting an important one that they can roll into next week.
All right, more of the frenzy continuing right after these messages.
The Friday Night Football Frenzy is presented by Bay State Savings Bank, the law offices of Joseph J. Carigula, Worcester State University, Worcester Railers Hockey Club, and Unibank.
All right, we got North and Hudson battling it out tonight under the lights, and that's where we're going to begin for this segment of the show. And the cheerleaders at the Morgan Bowl getting everyone ready for this matchup. Hudson defense swarming. There's a fumble, and Connor Nemeritz recovering for the Hawks. But the Polar Bears defense bowing up. And North completing the goal line stand. Then it's Manny Adjai. Taking it around the corner, Adjai. Moving the chains with a big first down. Christian Hive. Throwing. Hooking up with Adjai. Taking it deeper into Hawks territory. But Hudson gets the win. 6-0, your final. Groton School hosting Thayer Academy this afternoon. First quarter, Thayer's Kevin Dupree on the sweep. Gets to the outside. He's got a lot of room. He's dragged down at the Groton 25-yard line. Dupree capping the drive. 5 yards to the end zone. Looks like Clemson. 7-0 Thayer. Where's Dabo Sweeney? Groton on the move. Gregory Segal hits Vladimir Malashenko. Little barnyard football and a first down for the Zebras. Groton looking to continue the drive, but Michael McDonough is there with a big hit, and the drive stalls. Groton playing some defense. Caleb Coleman with the sack. Thayer gets the win. Jeremy Roenick, Tony Monti, they're happy. 28-0.
All right, Kev, thanks. Nichols College is our game of the week. They take on Endicott. You know, the Bison had high hopes this season after coming off a marquee year a year ago where they won 6 games. They won their first 2 games this season but have lost 6 in a row. So now it's important for Dale Olmstead and his team to try to win out these last couple of weeks to set the tone for the year to come.
Last year we were able to take in, some momentum, in a 4-game win streak, and just to end the season on a high note. It's always an important thing. During the past few years, we haven't had that luck, but this year we had, and actually we had a pretty good recruiting class. Unfortunately, during the football grind of the season and preseason, you lose some kids. But, in the end, honestly, this weekend, I'm kind of most focused on my seniors. Their last home game is the first group we brought in. I'm very proud of that group. Brett McAvoy is a captain, 3-year captain for the program, is the all-time leading tackler in Nichols football history. So a great bunch of seniors, and I look forward to a good day. Endicott, they're coming in. They're going to be hungry. They're a good football team. Had a very competitive non-league schedule. I look forward to a big game this Saturday.
Endicott and Nichols, a great New England Division III college football game, and we have it for you on delay beginning at 7 o'clock. Nichols has had some trouble hanging on to the football offensively, but they've had some battles with this Endicott team in recent years, so they'll look to their defense and to try to make some plays against the high-powered attack from the Gulls.
Yeah, and Dale Olmsted will lean on his seniors. This is going to be a special day and an emotional day for the seniors. Again, it's keeping that emotion in check because this is the final game that they're ever going to play at their home field in their collegiate career. There's a lot that goes into that, a lot of emotion surrounding that. Guys are going to be flying early on. If they can come up with a couple big plays early on both sides of the ball, that could set the tone for this Nichols team and getting a big win here at home on their final home game of the regular season.
And you talk about Frenzy alums. We get to see the guys on the field, but the coaches, Brandon Potvin, Luke Bakanowski, you got some guys that played on Friday nights at a high level here in Central Massachusetts on the coaching staff for Nichols. We have Man of the Match coming up next. Stay with us.
All right, man of the match time. My man of the match goes to Bartlett's Brett LeBeau. He had 4 touchdowns. He had 3 two-point conversions. Huge night for Brett LeBeau. Huge night for the Indians. Bartlett wins on the road at St. Bernard's, taking on a real good and taking down a real good St. Bernard's team. And now the Indians will play for a Central Mass Super Bowl next weekend. Brett LeBeau, my man of the match.
Good stuff. Mine goes to JP, Johnny Palomares over at Algonquin. 4 touchdowns. You saw him do it a couple different ways. Non-playoff game for the T-Hawks, but a game they wanted and desperately wanted to have, especially at home, to roll a little momentum into the final week before, of course, the Thanksgiving rivalry game with Westboro, which should be a good one.
All right, this is what we have coming up next week. We've got a football frenzy for you on Friday night, beginning at 10:25, the normal time. Then Saturday, we have the Central Mass Super Bowl frenzy. Saturday night, 10:30 p.m., Central Mass Super Bowl frenzy. That is next week, so a big week, Friday and then Saturday. Some great games tonight, some great crowds. And, during the day, it was nice. It was really warm. But tonight, it was a different story. It was freezing cold. You had wind. So players and teams had to deal with the elements tonight. And I thought at the St. John's Doherty game, both teams did a phenomenal job of handling the elements, blocked it out. It was a physical football game. Doherty lost 3 starting linemen in this game. With under 3 minutes to play, it was still a 3-point game. This was a great football game. Hats off to the Highlanders.
You mentioned it briefly, but let's give a little more props to Dave Tingloff and the Westboro Rangers. A lot of people don't necessarily remember the first couple of years at West Boylston with Coach Tingloff. They weren't winning a lot of games. They stepped it up, process year by year by year, make the playoffs, and they're doing the same thing at an elevated level with Westboro right now. The Rangers playing tough, playing one of the toughest teams in Central Mass in Neshoba, really tough tonight. And Dave Tingloff and his staff and his team have it going in the right direction.
You talk about a team that is going in the right direction right now, playing with a lot of momentum. That's the Shrewsbury Colonials. They beat Neshoba last weekend. They beat them big. Then today in the playoffs, they whacked Shepherd Hill at home. So it's going to be a St. John's Shrewsbury rematch, and the Colonials are riding high coming into this game. They're playing great football.
No question. How about tomorrow? You've got Northbridge and Nipmuc and BVT going. They're all going across the street from each other. Two of those teams are going to advance in their respective divisions. It's going to be a wild weekend and much more coming up next week.
And we'll have some cameras out at some of the games this weekend. St. Peter Marion in action as well. We'll have those highlights for you on Monday. And then again next Friday, a frenzy. Next Saturday, the Super Bowls.